Happy Friday! It is the 18th day of June, 2021. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We have safely arrived here live from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee, and we have a whiz-bang 5-star show for you today. It's a guaranteed 5-star show or double your television viewing pleasure back. That's what we have for you today. First of all, going to be warmer than yesterday. 86 was our official high yesterday. We'll be into the lower 90s today. The winds are going to start picking up in intensity this afternoon. It's going to be quite windy on Saturday. Those pressure gradients are going to tighten up, and along the east slopes of the Cascades, it's going to get channeled into those canyons and hollers and get going pretty good. So get ready for some breezy conditions this afternoon, tonight, and certainly on Saturday. Forecast details are coming up, but we're in for a very warm start to summer for those people who actually keep track of these things. And I'm one of them. The summer solstice is at 8:31 Sunday evening. 8:31 Sunday evening will be the summer solstice. So Monday will be the first full day of summer, but it arrives on Sunday night. So there you go there. Forecast details, news, tragic story out in the basin at the Grant County International Airport. That'll be our lead story when we get to that here in just a few minutes. Lots of sports to get to. We, of course, have Apple Sox baseball tonight. We'll be broadcasting the Apple Sox and the Bend Elks at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Eric with the call, 6:30 pregame, 6:35 first pitch. Looking forward to that. If you can't make it out to the ballpark for whatever reason, you can watch it here. Also, a rarity among rarities. Triple plays in Major League Baseball aren't that rare, but what happened in Buffalo last night between the Yankees and the Blue Jays is something else entirely. We'll show you that. It's the first triple play ever of its kind in the history of Major League Baseball. They've played like 230,000 Major League Baseball games. It never happened before. We'll have one big celebrity birthday, the obscure holiday we got today in history. Mike McNally's kind of opinion. And this afternoon at Garden Terrace, Independent Senior Living, they're having an open house as they begin to celebrate their 50th anniversary of being in operation. I had a chance to visit with Ken at Garden Terrace. We'll have that interview for you in the back half of the hour. All right, 61 degrees, sunshine. Let's get busy. Let's take our tour around the Wenatchee Valley. Again, that's still the lower cross camera. Two of the cameras that we have there, the lower Wenatchee Heights camera. I think I see a boat out there going up the Columbia River towards the Senator George Seller Bridge. I don't know why the main camera isn't working. I probably should inquire about that. I actually haven't. I wonder if they even know. Anyway, good morning to the Wenatchee Valley on a beautiful Friday morning. Just gorgeous. By the way, we still get 15 hours and 57 minutes of daylight like we've had for the last 3-4 days. The difference is sunrise is now 1 minute later, 5:04, and sunset is 1 minute later, 9:01. So the amount of daylight we get hasn't changed. Just the sunrise and the sunsets have alter themselves just a little bit. Where are we off to, Megan? I can't wait. Well, the Rondo Rock camera jumps right out at you. Hello, Lake Antioch. Hello, Turtle Rock, home of, well, lots of rattlesnakes. Hangs around Turtle Rock. And then way off in the distance, of course, you can see the Clockham. Snow's all but gone now at Mission Ridge. Beautiful view from the Rondo Rock camera, pointing right back down towards the Wenatchee Valley. Camera number 3. Hello. Wow, that's a spectacular view from Jump Off Ridge, right at the very tip of Jump Off Ridge. Way off in the distance is the Wenatchee Valley, Birch Mountain and Badger Mountain out there. Badger to your right, Birch dead center with Sunny Slope, Wenatchee, and the Stemilk Basin right below us, growing them cherries. I hope they didn't have any thunderstorms and split cherries because they had those thunderstorms. I hope the orchardists got through that okay. Great view from Jump Off Ridge. Camera 4. Can't wait. Let's see. Is that Black Mountain? That's Black Mountain, high above beautiful Peshastin. I think we have that pointed a little bit to the northwest. I'm just guessing. I think if we panned that camera to your left, we would be seeing Leavenworth. Still an incredible view, and there's still, of course, snow at the top of the very highest peaks in the Cascades, where it never really goes away entirely, even in the hottest days of summer. And boy, are we in for some warm days coming our way. Great views this morning from 3M, who gets to pick the cameras and does a pretty good job at that. Okay, a couple of slides to show for you. First of all, we talked about the wind on Saturday. Going to be picking up pretty good in intensity. Again, the gradients are going to tighten up, and that's going to result for sustained winds in the Wenatchee Valley tomorrow, about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts above 30. Relative humidity bone dry, so once again, the potential for a quick fire spread is certainly out there. All of those places that are susceptible to strong winds are going to get it. Certainly this afternoon, but the strongest winds forecast for Saturday, but it will be breezy to windy later on this afternoon and tonight as well. Right now we're under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's a flat ridge, and it's weakening a little bit, and it's going to allow some of these winds to pick up in intensity. And then another high pressure ridge will set up over the Pacific Northwest on Sunday, and here comes the heat. It is going to get hot. Yeah, just in time for summer. First day of summer is when the high pressure ridge will really get moving, and then by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have, warm temperatures. The hot temperatures, in fact, they're expecting to persist right on into July once we get going with the significant warm-up. And that really happens in earnest on Sunday. Actually Monday, really, it's going to get hot. In fact, let's not waste any more time. From the National Weather Service, here is your forecast. Again, a little windy this afternoon, lots of sunshine, with a high of about 91 today. Now, again, that upper level ridge is going to weaken a little bit on Saturday, which is why we're going to cool down just a little bit. Some cool air from the Pacific, from the Puget Sound area is going to leak through the Cascades, which is why we're also going to have windy conditions. So a few degrees cooler on Saturday with quite a bit of wind, and a high of 87 degrees for Father's Day Sunday. Sunshine at 89. First full day of summer on Monday to 95 we go, near 99 with hot temperatures on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The high pressure ridge we have right now is flat and low. The high pressure ridge that's going to set up across our area on Sunday and Monday is a dome, and it's big. And some of that hot air from the southwest is going to start seeping up our way. We're not going to be like 115 like it's been in Las Vegas and Phoenix, but we're going to get plenty warm by the middle of next week. It's typical summer weather, just in time for summer. All right, 8 minutes after the hour, going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot of news to get to. It's 1 minute away. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
.63 degrees outside of our studios. The warm-up is beginning. We'll get to near 90 today. Some winds certainly this afternoon. Downright windy, a little bit cooler on Saturday. Winds will start dying down on Sunday, and then the warm-up begins on Monday. Here are your headlines at 9 minutes after the hour. A 28-year-old Ephrata man who was preparing to attempt a world record jump on his motorcycle died after crashing during practice Thursday. Alex Harville was practicing the jump during the Moses Lake Air Show Thursday morning at the Grant County International Airport. When he crashed, Grant County Coroner Craig Morrison confirmed Harville's death on Thursday afternoon. Harville was going to attempt to jump his Suzuki 450 more than 351 feet from a ramp onto a dirt landing area. He was warming up with shorter jumps when the accident happened. Speaking of motorcycles, a 67-year-old Moses Lake man had to be airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle for injuries he suffered Wednesday night in a motorcycle accident on Interstate 90. The Washington State Patrol said Gerald Brooks was riding west of Vantage, a milepost 132, about 8:30 in the evening when he veered off the interstate towards the center dirt embankment and was ejected from his Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Brooks ended up in the westbound lane of I-90. The rate of new COVID-19 cases in Chelan and Douglas counties have fallen to its lowest level in about a year. The Chelan and Douglas Health District's latest thermographic report shows the two counties with 43.8 new cases per 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks. That's down more than half from the 92.4 new cases per 100,000 residents reported by the health district last week. The health district is also reporting that just over 54% of Chelan County residents have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. The rate of vaccinated residents just over 47% in Douglas County. The state uses vehicles called attenuator trucks. That's an example of one right there. The idea is to shield road crews from highway dangers, and one of those trucks did what it was supposed to do Wednesday on Interstate 90 near Ritzville. The Washington State Department of Transportation says that car collided with the truck as crews were working on westbound I-90. WashDOT said nobody was injured, fortunately, in the wreck. The State Patrol is investigating the driver for drowsy driving. WashDOT said such incidents are becoming far too common, and they remind motorists to slow down and use caution in work zones. The Washington Employment Security Department recently released data comparing the Wenatchee labor market in April of last year to April of this year, and there are significant improvements in the unemployment rates. Non-farm employment rose by 5,100 jobs. That's up 12.9% from April of last year to April of this year. The unemployment rate declined 9 7/10 points from 16.1% of April last year to 6.4% in April of this year. The annual non-farm job loss rate of 6.2% was a bit faster than the job loss rate statewide. Leisure and hospitality and local government accounted for 70.4% of the 2,900 non-farm jobs that were lost last year. The local unemployment rate rose from 5.1% in 2019 to 8.4% in 2020, and that's less than the 4 3/10 points jump in our rate from 2019 to 2020. So pretty good news there. After saying in May there would be no Apple Century bike ride this year, organizers changed their mind, and they said the 34th edition of the popular bike ride will be held on September 25th. The annual ride features 20, 50, and 100-mile options beginning in Wenatchee, traveling through the valley to Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee before winding its way back to Walla Walla Point Park here in Wenatchee. The ride benefits the Wenatchee Sunshine Rotary's Challenge Scholarship Program. Get ready to change your cell phone. Beginning October 24th, callers in all of Eastern Washington will be required to dial the area code when making a local phone call. And that means numbers saved in the cell phone contact lists likely will need to be updated to include our area code. In Washington, the new Federal Communications Commission requirement is only for people in the 509 area code region. Why is this happening? Well, the requirement comes because the FCC is adopting a new 3-digit nationwide number for the National Suicide Prevention and Mental Health Crisis Lifeline. That number will be simply 988, and it replaces the 1-800-273-TALK number as the Lifeline's number. That begins July 16th, but that number will not work in the 509 area code until the 10-digit requirement goes into effect. The Lifeline's previous number will still be operational until the switch is made again come October. And finally, the 2021 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival wrapped up last weekend. It was a far from normal celebration. It was held in June instead of April and May. The two parades were combined into one. The carnival was moved to Lincoln Park. Festival Administrator Darcy Christopherson visited with me yesterday to talk about the success of this year's rather unusual festival.
But, even though it was a crazy time, there's a lot of things that we did like about it. We loved the expansion of the beer garden. We loved our new fencing for the beer garden. The entertainers felt like they were a part of the whole park, whereas before our beer garden was very isolated. So we'll definitely keep it the same size, keep it exactly the way it was. We didn't have bleachers this year due to COVID, and I think we'll keep that. It was super fun for everybody just to bring their chairs and bring their own blankets and, pick their own seat and not be forced to sit with someone, So we'll do that. I think we're going to keep our food vendors down and not have as many as we have had in the past. Everybody's favorites were there. it was way easier for everybody to walk around and choose their place instead of just being overwhelmed. So there are some things that will definitely keep, but which we'll talk about those things in our meetings. It was cool, the combo parade, but we'll never do it again. If we did the combo parade in a real year, it would be like 200 entries.
Yeah.
So we will definitely keep the youth parade and the grand parade separate. But your brother, rides in it every year, and he said the crowds were probably about 80-90%, and but the enthusiasm was definitely 150%. He mentioned that people were just so happy and hollering and smiling and crying. So that was really cool.
And the weather cooperated.
The weather, I mean, we couldn't have asked for better weather. Just setting up, getting everything organized was perfect, and then it got a little cold right when it was over, but it was great. Everything was perfect for that day. Every day was perfect.
The Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, the preceding Friday, was extremely well attended too.
Yeah, I actually got stuck in the traffic. I live in East Wenatchee, so I'm like, oh, that's right. There's another thing happening that I didn't know about. So I mean, I knew about, of course, but wasn't thinking in my head. So yeah, from what I understand, it was a huge success, and again, I think people were just super excited about getting out and doing something and having a purpose, kind of.
And again, the 102nd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival next year will return to its traditional dates, the last weekend in April and the first weekend in May, and that's what's making headlines. At 17 minutes after the hour, going to be a busy day around the bullpen. We'll cobble together a newscast for you. We'll have it for you at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And, of course, at 6:30, we have Apple Sox baseball coming your way with a preview of some of the stories we're working on. Here's Grant Olson.
Good Friday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, the Chelan PUD will be conducting helicopter inspection of power poles next week. We'll tell you where. Sunny and hot today, and then windy and hot for Father's Day weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has the latest on area prep, Apple Sox, and Mariners. That and all the day's news headlines coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We'd love to hear from you, our viewers. We try to make it as easy as possible. If you have access to the internet or a telephone, you can do it. You can email us news at ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app and drop us a line that way. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call during regular office hours, or go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the contact icon. And it's down the road you go. Going to take a break. When we come back, a dramatic victory for the Seattle Mariners. Baseball history made in Buffalo last night between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Lots of prep results, lots of prep scores, lots of prep things to talk about in sports, plus the obscure holiday today in history, a very important celebrity birthday. Mike Minotti's got an opinion, and our friends from Garden Terrace will be dropping by too. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue.
Currently, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is open for dine-in and take-out. Owner Justin Hefner and his staff are just as excited as you to get back to their regularly scheduled full menu, music, and poker. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is serving a limited menu for lunch and dinner, dine-in or take-out.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. 19 minutes after the hour, Kyle Seager wasn't even supposed to play yesterday. It was his day off, but they needed his bat. So into the lineup you go, Kyle, and he delivered his first ever pinch hit walk-off RBI base hit in his career, and the Mariners beat Tampa Bay in dramatic fashion 6-5. The 11-year veteran, well, he's been enjoying a night hanging out in the dugout with his teammates, talking about the game, kind of goofing off, and then the Mariners entered the ninth Trailing 5-4, the rally began on an RBI double by Shed Long Jr.
Good speed at second and Dylan Moore. Tying run right there. Bowers at first. Here's Shedlong Jr. There you go.
To left field. Base hit. Dylan Moore
runs
is
well.
coming around. Bowers hits the bag at third. He is held there on the slide. Shedlong Jr. ties this game up. We're even at 5 with 1 out of the 9th.
Down in the count, trying to battle, and he throws him the breaking ball. Stays with it. That pitch is down, probably down out of the strike zone. But able to stay with it and drop the barrel on it. Dylan scores easily. Bowers flying into third. So you got a double there for Long Jr. and a pinch hitter Kyle Seager's going to hit for Trammell.
Hard hit.
There it is.
Mariners win. Kyle Seager pinch hit. Walk-off base hit. And the race is on for number 15.
That has to feel awfully good for Kyle. That was hit hard, too, at the infield end. He was able to find a hole, but he hit it right on the button. What a nice win for the Mariners to come back and get this one against one of the best bullpens going. First pitch was 97 on the inside corner, and this is center cut for him. Runs right back out over the middle of the plate. And he hits it right on the button, drives it through the infield.
Misses it by just that much. Seager off the bench wins it for the Mariners. Everybody is all right. 6-5. The Mariners take game 1.
Louis Torrens, by the way, he also contributed to the effort last night. He had a solo home run. It is the Mariners and the Rays will do battle again tonight. 7:10 first pitch. UC Kikuchi will go up against Michael Waka. Now, before we get to the rest of the American League West scoreboard last night, this play that we're about ready to show you has never happened in the history of Major League Baseball. This is the Yankees and the Blue Jays in Buffalo, New York, turning its second triple play of the year.
Chop slowly. Oh, there's a situation at third. The throw is to first. Now they'll throw to second. Runners are hung up. They're going to come home with the throw. They have Simeon in a rundown. He's tagged out. Throw to third. It's a triple play. They pulled a triple play. Second one of the year, and this one falls under the heading of funky.
We talked about all the outs on bases that the Yankees have made this year. Well, how about this? The worm has turned. This is unbelievably bad base running all the way around for the Blue Jays. And Gio with a nifty little wheel and deal there to finish off this triple play at the end. Look at that play. Underrated play. Boy, they're going to get another look at that. That was close.
For you scorers out there, first of all, they reviewed the play because they can. So here's how it's scored. It was a 1-3-6-2-5-6 triple play for the first time in Major League Baseball history. Okay, to the American League West scoreboard we go. We'll start out with Houston. The Astros are just red hot. They continue to explode offensively. They beat the White Sox 10-2 last night. In their last 4 games, the Astros have scored 38 runs. The Astros hit another 3 home runs last night. They now have at least 2 round trippers in their last 10 consecutive games. And down in Anaheim, Taylor Ward hit a grand slam of the Angels' 5-run 7th inning, and L.A. held on to beat the Tigers 7-5. The A's and the Rangers didn't play. All right, we're all set. We got baseball for you tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Wenatchee Apple Sox hosting the Bend Elks. We went out there yesterday for a few hours to get everything set up, run our wires and our cables for our broadcast tonight. Eric will have the call at 6:30. To the West Coast League scoreboard we go. Ridgefield's leadoff man, John Peck, 3 for 6, 3 runs, a couple of RBIs. The Raptors, they topped the Raptors, I should say, 11-8. Chris Conniff's 2-run triple highlighted the 4-run second inning for Carvallis. The Knights knock off Walla Walla, 7-6. Kai Satterstrom drove in 3 runs, and Tommy Takeyoshi had 3 hits to lead Port Angeles over Bellingham 9-3. Spencer Marenko, a home run shy of the cycle for Yakima Valley. The Pippins clobbered Redmond 13-5, and the Portland Pickles got 26 players into the game. 19 position players and 7 pitchers in his 12-1 non-league win over the Portland Rosebuds. The schedule for tonight, besides Wenatchee and Bend here on television, or as we like to say in the business, TV, we have Corvallis hosting Cowlitz, Portland visits Bellingham, and Port Angeles entertains the Driveline Entitlers at 6:35. Walla Walla will host Highline at 7:05. Wenatchee Wrestlers finished an odd season with a bang yesterday. Leo Gutzweiler, Jesus Segovia, and Evan Burdan all won district championships on the mats at Eisenhower High School. Wenatchee's Trenton Miller and Alex Olgwin took third, and Cannon Sanderson and Ethan May took fourth. Eastmont's Rudy Vianco took second at 113 pounds. Dominic Webb was third at 170 pounds. Alexander Robles and Wyatt Erdman placed fourth to wrap up the season. All right, Megan Chandler scored a team-high 9 points. Wasn't enough for Eastmont last night. The Wildcat season comes to an end. West Valley prevails in girls basketball 39-25. So as a result, Wenatchee will play at West Valley Saturday afternoon at 2. Another Big 9 semifinal action last night. Moses Lake beat Eisenhower 64-50, and Sunnyside stopped Davis 59-52. So it's the Chiefs and the Grizzlies for the district title tomorrow at 4 o'clock. As far as the boys are concerned, Eastmont plays at West Valley, and Wenatchee will host Davis in the Big 9 Boys District semifinals tonight. The winners and losers will play at the higher seeds tomorrow. Scoreboard from last night: Okanagan beat Elmira Cooley Heartline England Dan and John Ford Coley 63-57. Ephrata over Warden 57-41. Omak over Cascade 78-63 in boys basketball. Cashmere down Chelan 56-33. Brewster beat Manson. Handley and Liberty Bell blasted Aniat 72-32. Girls play: Okanagan took care of Elmira Cooley Heartline. Warden down to Ephrata 83-40. Omak clobbered Cascade 64-18. Let's see, Cashmere topped Chelan 51-30. Brewster beat Manson 52-34, and Liberty Bell over Aniat 56-21. The season comes to an end this weekend. 9 games on tap. There's your schedule. Tonight you got Okanagan at Tenasket at 5:30. The 6 o'clock games have Chelan at Omak. Bridgeport hosting Oroville. Manson travels to Lake Roosevelt, and Waterville-Mansfield wraps up their season with Aniat coming to town. On Saturday, you got Tenasket at Warden at 1:30. Cascade hosts Quincy at 4, and Liberty Bell visits Oroville. Then at 6, it's Cashmere Brewster. The boys' schedule tonight has Tenasket hosting Okanagan at 7 to 7:30. You got Chelan at Omak, Oroville at Bridgeport, and Aniat is at Waterville-Mansfield. Tomorrow, Tenasket travels to Warden at 3. Cascade hosts Quincy at 5:30. Liberty Bell tips at Oroville at 5:30, and the Cashmere boys will try to complete an undefeated campaign at Brewster at 7:30. And finally, if you're looking to get Dad's blood pumping Saturday night, you might want to take him to Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. 6 classes of racing will be featured. It's the Father's Day night at WVSO on Saturday night. The evening will include the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro late models, the Mountain Dew Junior late models, the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars, Holidays Custom Muffler B-Mods, the Bandoleros, and the Northwest Vintage Modifieds. Gates open at 4:30. Racing at 6. WVSO.com for tickets. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 28 minutes after the hour, I had 4, count them 4, did I say 4 obscure holidays to choose from. Today's National Flip-Flop Day. I have a pair somewhere in the back of my closet. I rarely wear them. National Splurge Day. National Take Back the Lunch Break Day. Most people I know don't take a lunch break per se. They eat at their desk and keep right on working. So take back your lunch break today. But no, we're going fishing. It's a good day to go fishing. Get out on the water or the stream or the pond or the lake or the river or the ocean. I don't care. Bait your hook, cast your line, catch a fish or two. Of course, fishing originally was food. We fish because we want to eat. And now recreational fishing, of course, is still quite popular. I know a lot of people who love to fish, but they don't like fish. They don't like to eat fish. So they just go out and they catch fish, and then they throw it back because they don't want to eat it. So, of course, there's lots of rules and regulations when it comes to recreational fishing, so do it correctly. The earliest known English essay on recreational fishing was published in 1496, and it was in the 16th and 17th centuries when recreational fishing and not substance fishing became popular. So bait your hook and let's go fishing. I can't. I got other things to do today. But hey, you're pretty close to the water on warm days like that. Not a bad idea. 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history, we got ourselves a war. We just, of course, defeated the English in the American Revolutionary War, and it didn't take long for the mother country, the United States, to do this again, you know. The War of 1812 began on this date, 290 years ago, June 18th, 1812, when President James Madison okayed the declaration of war that was passed by the United States Congress, and the War of 1812 was officially underway. Spoiler alert, the United States wins. We were then 2-0 on our record. There's the actual declaration of war, and there we go. War of 1812 began. Okay, speaking of wars, Napoleon met his Waterloo on this date, June 18th, 1815, the Battle of Waterloo, the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte by the Duke of Wellington and German forces as well. English and German combined to say, we don't want Napoleon back anymore. And of course, he had to abdicate the throne of France for the second and last time, and it was off to, well, obscurity and eventual death for Napoleon. It came to an end on June 18th, 1815, 206 years ago today, and a milestone day in the world of everything in the world, everything. The greatest day ever, perhaps June 18th, 1948. After the war was over and the soldiers came back home, there was a huge boom in the United States economy. It just exploded. There was very little inflation. People were buying up all the things that they couldn't buy because of the war. But there was one thing that wasn't really selling particularly good. In fact, the sales of records was going down. And they had been playing around with the idea of getting rid of the 78 RPM record, which only could hold 3 minutes of music at a side. Most music lasts longer than 3 minutes, you know, from orchestral suites to grand operas to whatever, you know. What are we going to do? Thank goodness for the man named Peter Goldmark, who came out with the idea, not only could we make a long-playing record album that could hold 23 minutes of music on the side, it sounds a heck of a lot better than a 78 RPM. And on this date, at a public demonstration at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City, Columbia Records brought out the long play record album and a long play player, a turntable, and there you go. Records were born, and despite this digital age, for 73 years now, records are still around. I have a couple at my house. LPs made its debut. By the way, Peter Goldmark, who worked for Columbia Records, he didn't get the patent, even though he invented the LP, because he worked for the company gets the patent. So Columbia got the patent. But as a big thank you, and they didn't have to do this, for as long as Peter Goldmark worked at Columbia Records, he got one copy of every record that Columbia came out with while he was employed there as a kind of a thank you. Not a bad way to start your record collection. Speaking of records, one birthday. It's a big one. Sir James Paul McCartney, there's Paul, 79 years old today, two-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of a group from Liverpool whose name I forget, and as a solo artist in 1999. He should have gone in a lot sooner than that. Thank you very much. Paul McCartney wrote or co-wrote 32 songs that went to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Nobody is even close to that remarkable statistics. And by the way, his estimated net worth, $1.2 billion, making Paul McCartney the richest musician ever. No surprise there. Happy 79th to Paul. All right, 33 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. And then we had a chance to visit with Ken and the good folks at Garden Terrace, Independent Senior Living. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year with an open house later on this afternoon. And they invite you to come by and check out Garden Terrace. My conversation with Ken coming up. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda Power Equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I don't care how many movies, remakes, or sequels are done. There are some things that just are inviolate as far as I'm concerned. Now, Sean Connery is James Bond, okay? Not some other two-bit poser actor. I don't care who they stick in that job. Sean Connery is James Bond. And something else, Harrison Ford is Jack Ryan, not that Baldwin guy or some other make-believe character. And here's the one that really kills me. Basil Rathbone is Sherlock Holmes. Now, I know Rathbone is dead, but isn't it better to preserve the integrity of the character than trying to put some other two-bit actor, some other person in a role that belongs to Basil Rathbone alone? Now, this, to me, is the worst part of the capitalist system. Trying to milk additional money out of fictional characters when the original actors who created the roles in the first place are no longer available. Just give it up. I mean, sheesh. Let's have some respect. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCW Life.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Join us for the NCW Library Show. We've got something for everyone. Our show is full of inspiration, learning, and fun. Check out our do-it-yourself STEM activities. Enjoy story time with Miss Claire. Get moving with an easy yoga flow with Miss Melissa. Get book recommendations from our NCW librarians, and much more. Tune in each week for a new episode. Also, find us online at ncwlibraries.org and follow us on Facebook for the latest library news and programs. Be kind and read on.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. If you haven't made plans for the weekend, don't until you get through with our conversation with our friend Ken. We're at Garden Terrace. It's been so long since we've seen each other. Why don't we kind of hit Control-Alt-Delete real quick, Ken, and reintroduce yourself to our television family.
Okay. I've been in the community a long time. Originally, back in the early 80s, was a franchisee of the Burger King down here and built the one in Omak. And my background is environmental biology, so I sold those. and ended up working in fundraising for our National Church office for 20 years. And that's where my background led me here. This used to be a church-affiliated facility. They wanted somebody to lead that was a fundraiser and a community liaison, I guess. And so that's what I've been doing with writing my senior moments that show up in the paper from time to time, and those go out to anybody I have email addresses for. So yeah, it's been a fun ride. It's been 5 years since I've been here in this position now.
It's been a good marriage, hasn't it?
It's worked out real well. Yeah. I just reached retirement age, and I'm not sure when it's going to end. I don't know.
Well, I've talked to a lot of the tenants here at Garden Terrace, and they're big fans of yours. So.
Yeah. My staff went right away. Said, "You're not leaving. You've got some big projects to do." So.
50 years, half a century, and you're going to celebrate. Talk about the goings-ons on Saturday.
On Saturday. Well, that's actually Friday.
Friday, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We are having a second ribbon cutting for our next 50 years. The Chamber's going to come and do that with us, which is exciting. And so we're going to do a second ribbon cutting and then have kind of on the business after hours format, sort of an open house for people to come by. We've invited about 50 donors that are some of our regular donors to come and see what's going on. We're starting some remodels and things like that. So get to see the progress of that as we move through this year and take care of some of those things. Yeah.
You have a beautiful campus, and now you have a beautiful building because the murals, which are just eye-popping, are now on both sides of the building. Talk about how that came to fruition.
Yeah, I wanted to be involved with the college a little bit more, get them connected with us some, and so I called up to the art department there and asked them about doing murals for our 50th anniversary, and their graphic design person, or the one that teaches murals, said, I got a student, and she brought down her proposal, and she painted that. It's on the Emerson Street into the building. It's a little more abstract depiction of Wenatchee Valley and the apples and the ski area and all that stuff. So pretty nice, lots of color. And then Then we were getting later in the summer. It was like last September or so, and I said, "What about the other end?" And he said, "I think I'm going to do that one myself." So he went ahead and he came down, sketched it out. I asked him to do some flowers that might look like a fireworks or something, and we could put 50 years or something like that. And so he came up with this incredible dahlia, and it's like 3D, pops off the building, it looks like. Did it all with spray paint, and and if you look close, you can see our celebrating 50 years and counting up there, serving seniors, but we didn't want that to take away from the image, so we didn't make that as plain. It kind of blends in a little bit with the building. So.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a stunning work of art, and I hope it's there essentially forever.
I do too. I know he's a part of a group that is doing murals all over town, and he's done the fish one down at one of the parks in town, and so they're working at getting murals up on the walls and beautifying the city that way. Big blank walls, just a canvas to him, man. He's excited. So.
When you inherited this job 4 years ago, and here we are on the 50th anniversary, did you find old files of the construction of this beautiful campus and how it came to be?
I do. Cusick Construction, I was in charge of building the buildings, I guess, so that was kind of fun to find out since I play tennis with those guys every now and then. But yeah, I've got actually minutes from the very early days of planning through till today, and so it was fun looking back through some of those. And they kept scrapbooks in those days. They didn't have a file on the internet, so there's scrapbooks that we're going to get out for that 50th and have people so they can look through them and recognize people that were here a long time ago. I think it'll be real fun. And yeah, we've pulled out some of our initial brochures and things like that, and just kind of laugh at, they were mimeographed. It's just like, okay. It feels funny, yeah.
One of the things that you notice when you're on the campus here at Garden Terrace and you walk through the building, whenever, a lot of people smiling, a lot of people really love living here, and it says something about the family. This is basically just one really big family here, isn't it?
It tends to be. We have those that don't want to mingle much, and every population has folks like that just are a little more private. But yeah, activity-wise, when the staff has put together like a Family Feud night, and we play Family Feud, our staff against the residents, and some things like that. We just have a ball. It's just so much fun. So we've been doing those kinds of things just to kind of bring people back out of their apartments, because we had to close the dining room, so we've been serving in their rooms, and so yeah, we squeaked around the COVID a little bit. We still ended up with probably 12 or so folks in the building coming down with it. As far
compared to other assisted living facilities, that's pretty good. Actually,
it is pretty good, yeah. And we added staff for extra cleaning and of the common areas and stuff, and they did a good job, and I think that was part of it. We didn't have our first case in the building till last November, so we made it all through the first, more than half of the thing before we ended up with one in the building, and then got tested for everybody and found out there were actually 8 or 9 that were asymptomatic as well, and then so then we ended up clamping down a little bit more about who's out and about, and close the recreation room and things like that, so people weren't in close quarters.
But now you've turned a corner, and things are getting as back to normal as things can possibly be.
Yeah, it's been fun. We've done a couple of paint and sips, where you get the painting and follow the instructions, like some folks do that with like the old Bob Ross things. So we've done a couple of those, and had a dozen or 2 dozen folks come down and paint a picture of the season. And then like I said, we're doing Family Feud coming up pretty soon. We did a primetime bingo where we did bingo instead of in the afternoons. We did it in the evening, and we actually offered some cash prizes, which was quite exciting for the residents. So that was fun. So yeah, so we're starting back into some of those activities that we've been doing, and they're eager to do that. So, yeah.
It's as people are watching this interview, they're going to probably say to themselves, I would love to, when the time comes for me to retire and go to an assisted living facility where I want to have fun and enjoy the best that there is here in North Central Washington. I got some bad news for you. There's a 2-year wait to get into this place.
Yeah.
That's pretty typical, isn't it?
It has been in the last couple of years. Yeah. It's.
How do you account for that?
Well, it's a couple of things. One, it's the economy. I think when folks, and probably COVID as well. When folks lose one of the couple, their 2 Social Security incomes can't keep them going somewhere. So when you have one, you end up in a place like this. And the other thing is just the housing market. I mean, the rental prices are going up and up and up, and folks are converting their low-income rentals to higher-income rentals because they're, I don't know, close to retirement or something. They want to, work on their nest egg a little bit. So I can't blame them, but that just is putting pressure on places like us. And then we have to have people in our building age in place. We're independent living, not assisted living, so we don't have any staff that do that. So it's caregivers that come in and out of the building all the time and do those kinds of chores for folks. And so as an independent living place, those folks are getting more and more chore givers coming in to help them because there's no place or few places to go for the assisted living part of that. It's harder to find assisted living beds now. And so that puts pressure on us to keep people here longer, or they don't want to leave. That happens a lot too. It's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But that just means that it's more dangerous for them here. And we have, Ballard and Lifeline come fairly often to help somebody up that's fallen and that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's worrisome for us, but it is what it is right now. So,
a couple more questions and we'll cut Ken loose. Again, the big open house is Friday here on the campus of Garden Terrace. You're the face of Garden Terrace. You talk about the column that you write for the Wenatchee World Senior Moments, but you can't do it without a staff, and your staff is these folks are good.
We have a great staff. We've got 12 folks besides me, and 3 or 4 in the kitchen, 3 in the office with me, 2 in maintenance, a couple in housekeeping to maintain the building and all around the common areas. And so, they work hard and they go the extra mile. They're committed. It's remarkable. It's a fun place to be because I don't have to give them a lot of direction. I can work on writing my columns and things. So.
Once again, Ken, fill us in on all the information that people need to know Friday night here for the open house and the 50th anniversary. I'll let you take it home.
Yeah, 4:30 to 6, open house, ribbon cutting. Ribbon cutting probably right at 5. And then we've got some snacks around to munch on, and we've got some old scrapbooks to look at, and we have our new promotional video. Vortex did us a video kind of like the Wenatchee videos, which are so cool. They did one for us to kind of celebrate 50 years and kind of set the tone of our place. And so I think we're going to release that then. And at the same time, we're going to have our drawing for Getaway to Sun Mountain. People have been buying tickets, 6 for $25. And so we're going to have that drawing then. And what else is going on? Oh, and we're kicking off our capital campaign. So we're doing a small capital campaign. It's only $200,000. We're halfway to the goal already. So we've had some generous folks already give us some funds. And we're going to run a capital campaign for the end of the year and finish some big projects, making the building a little safer and more secure for the residents. So.
Who's kidding who? You drive down Fifth Street, you see the beautiful murals on either side of the Garden Terrace apartment houses, and you think, I wonder what it's like inside. If it's as beautiful outside as it is inside. I'm kind of curious. Well, your chance is Friday for the open house. Come on by and meet the people, meet the staff, look at the beautiful campus, and you will be impressed. Ken, I'm glad we had a chance to get. Don't be a stranger.
I know.
Let's get together more often, all right?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. How's your tennis game, by the way?
The tennis game I haven't played in a year since the club was closed, so it's probably okay.
Okay.
It doesn't go completely away, but I think I've gone completely away. I'm going to need to get in a little better shape before I head out to the courts.
Ken's philosophy in tennis is the same as mine. Keep hitting the ball over the net until the other guy messes up.
That's it. That works.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
Ken, best of luck on Friday, and thanks for having me come down and disrupt what would otherwise be a normal day for you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm glad
I
you came.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Succession is leading the way for a new generation of Chelan wineries. Named Platinum Winemaker of the Year in 2017 and the one to watch in 2018 by Wine Press, Succession is setting the pace. Award-winning wines are just a part of the overall experience. Add live music on Sundays and fantastic views, and you have it all. Succession Wines, located on the north shore of Lake Chelan between Chelan and Manson.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Chelan Wireless is your Verizon authorized retailer featuring the latest iPhone and Android devices. Personal or business, they have the plan and the customer service you're looking for.
In these challenging times, Bear Foods is open and ready to help. From health to diet to home, we are here to take care of your needs. Bear Foods, the good food store.
From home furnishings to the latest in home entertainment technology, Deepwater Home and Electronics can provide the selection and the connection for your wireless world. All right, getting ready to put a wrap on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the last Wake Up Wenatchee Valley of spring, because, of course, as we mentioned at the top of the show, the summer solstice, 8:31 Sunday evening. That makes Monday the first full day of summer. We say goodbye to spring. Quick programming reminder before we get into the weather details. We got Apple Sox baseball tonight. We're going to be broadcasting throughout the course of this summer count them five Apple Sox games beginning tonight. The Bend Elks are in town at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We'll take to the air at 6:30. First pitch, 6:35. Eric Granstrom with the call. So Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball, if you can't make it out to the ballpark tonight, you can watch it right here in high-definition television on the NCW Live channel, and then we'll do 4 more games before the summer is over. Okay, a couple of weather notes to pass along to you. First of all, we're going to start dealing with a little bit of wind. Here's what's going on. We still have that ridge of high pressure. It's a flat ridge, and it is a low ridge, which means it's going to weaken a little bit today. What's going to happen is that the gradient's going to tighten up because we're going to get some cooler air from the Puget Sound area is going to work its way through the gaps in the Cascades, and it's going to start picking up in intensity. The gradients are going to tighten down, and that means wind. Wind in the most areas that are viewing this television show. It'll be, I say, breezy this afternoon and tonight, and then downright windy, as you see on Saturday. As far as wind gusts on Saturday, we're going to see in the Wenatchee Valley anyway, gusts between 30 to 40 miles an hour. Other places, say the Aniat River drainage and the Wenatchee River drainage, basically starting from Leavenworth and working its way down through Peshastin, Dryden, and Cashmere. Winds there will be picking up in intensity. Not quite as windy in the Wenatchee Valley, but certainly windy enough. Windy will be today, tonight, Saturday, and on into Saturday night. By Sunday, the winds will be diminishing, and the flat ridge of high pressure will be gone, and that will be replaced by a big dome of high pressure, which will set up on Sunday and Monday, and it's going to hang around. And what does that mean for the first week of summer 2021? Hot. Going to be very warm. Yeah, I think borderline hot. We'll be near 100, as a matter of fact, by Tuesday before we cool down just a little bit. So a few weak disturbances may work their way into the region, but the hot temperatures are expected to persist. This looks like this dome is going to set up and be hanging around for at least through the rest of this month. And again, it starts in earnest on Sunday. So let's go ahead and do that forecast for you from the National Weather Service. Sunshine today. Is that a mouse? That's kind of cool. Sunshine today, high of about 90 degrees. I'm watching the mouse move around. I got distracted. There we go. Sunshine today, high of about 90 or 91. Again, a little windy this afternoon. A northwest wind about 6 to 14 miles an hour. Gusts about 20 later on this afternoon. Windy tonight as well, 61 for the overnight low. The big story is Saturday. It's going to be a little bit cooler as that cool air comes in from the Puget Sound area. But the real story is going to be the wind, quite windy indeed all day Saturday. Gusts above 30 miles an hour for the Wenatchee Valley. Stronger gusts still in some locations. Still windy Saturday night, 61 for the overnight low. Sunday morning, a little bit of wind. It will subside by in the middle of the day on Sunday, and then comes the high pressure. Get that mouse out of there. We'll be up to 95 on Monday. Tuesday, even hotter still, so get ready for some warm weather. That's it for us. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you at the ballpark tonight. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.